So I think this works. Hi. I'm Bill Young. I'm the CEO, president, co-founder of SkillFitness out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. So I jumped on a plane yesterday. It was 10 below, so 60 degrees warmer here. So thank you for this tropical weather we're enjoying. SkillFitness is an award-winning mobile, just-in-time video-based learning system. So I'll unpack that in a bit, but there's really sort of two founding principles that I want to get across. One is that we believe training should be able to be taking place anytime, anywhere, 24/7, which means mobile, right? Because that's what you all have in your hands here today. The second thing is that knowing something and doing something are two different things. Most training is designed to have you know something. We're going to try to help you figure out how to do something. So I'm going to work through a couple PowerPoint slides, and then I'm actually going to demonstrate the solution on my phone, on my laptop here. So there's a lot of things changing in the world of sailing and training, none more so than in the world of sports. So things like hiring. It's hard to high turnover. How do I get people on board quickly? So high turnover rates. The other thing is that one of the things that's happening is that some of the traditional training systems that are in place are sort of based on antiquated systems, right? They work well for me, the gray-haired guy, but not necessarily for the younger folks, right? One of the challenges that a lot of training is still based on coming to an event, bringing people together. Research shows that you can lose as much as 84% knowledge in 30 days unless you can reinforce that learning. The other thing is this idea of the millennial workforce, and we've heard a lot about that. One of our partners, which we're going to talk a little bit more about, Major League Soccer, they have different learning styles. So we actually produced a case study, which I'll share with you if anybody wants to see it, but I'm just going to read this off. But 6 things we learned about training millennials. 1, keep it short, make it relevant, leverage mobile, encourage sharing, and this is a good one, understand that being uncomfortable is okay, and make it a game. So those are the kinds of things that we're finding that we want to incorporate into the training systems. And then the last thing is, again, I mentioned it earlier, a lot of training is focused on knowing something, and really in order to be highly skilled, you need how to be able to practice doing something. If I could be a great golfer by watching somebody else do a video, I'd be a great golfer. Unfortunately, I got to put the club in my hand and actually swing it. So I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. So SkillFitness is a mobile video-based social learning platform. That's actually what the system looks like in one configuration. It works on an iPad or an Android phone, whatever. And it's based on learning nuggets. We like short videos. We want to bring learning into the rhythm of the business. So 1, 2, 3-minute videos. So then what happens is we're going to actually flip the camera, and we're going to allow those people that are consuming those videos to actually do it, actually practice what it is they need to do. And then share. One of the things we know that in any training environment, sometimes the person that's really the most expert in the room isn't the person standing in front, it's the person sitting next to me or someone else on the team. So we've developed a social learning system. And then the last thing is, well, I went too fast, but the last thing is we've gamified the application really to make it fun to work, to use, and it also drives adoption and persistence. So where is this being used? Well, it's actually used in a number of places. The largest insurance company in the world is now using it for agent training. The US Navy is using it for leadership development and coaching. Insurance or real estate companies are using it. But in the sports world, where we first got started is actually with ticketing and venue sales, and our first client was Major League Soccer. So Major League Soccer is using it for sales training. The other thing that we found is that training needs to take place in the schools. So for example, one of our partners is the University of South Florida Sports Management Program. They're using this to teach their MBA students practical sales skills. Their dean has the belief that, everybody that graduates with an MBA should get a shot in the arm of sales. So we become that shot in the arm. And then the last thing that we're just now working on is through some third-party content providers, the ability to help train the game day staff. So how does it work? It's really driven by content. So I'm going to give you an example of how Major League Soccer uses this, and then I'll actually show it to you. So again, this is video content that's running on your iPad or your phone. And so you can really get that content from one of two places. Either the organization provides the content, or you get a third party to bring that content in. So in the case of Major League Soccer, they actually started with our content. I don't know what just happened there. Oh, sorry. Live presentations. Gotta love it. All right, back in business. Sorry about that. So, so they developed their own content. So actually what you're looking at there is, on the left side there is, those are, of the 19 teams, each of the teams has produced their own sales training content that's being consumed by the sales trainers and the salespeople that are actually back in Minneapolis. So, and I'll show you how that's actually works. So their own people are their experts in the training platform. You can also have third-party people that do that. We've created a content management system that makes it crazy simple to put the content on the system and deploy that, whether it's in a call center or with a sales force across the country. In fact, at MLS, they actually have some interns that actually can run the content management system. And then the last part of this is the actual user interface, which is what I'll demonstrate in just a second. The ability to learn, practice, share, and get rewarded in the process. So the thing that's interesting is that because it runs on multiple platforms, so what you're looking at there, you can see it's a gamified application. I've earned some points. I've got 55 points. Over here on this side, these are previous attempts that I've made at that exercise, so I can practice it until I feel like I got it right, and then I can share it, right? So in this particular case, we're going to see something, and we're going to learn a technique called feel, felt, found. How many salespeople in the room, right? How many know that, right? Feel, felt, found. All right. We're going to learn that together here right now. So I like this. It's only a minute long, so let's let this play. So I'm going to bring him up. This is a cloud-based application, so you can have sort of unlimited videos, both up and down. Hopefully my sound works.
One of my personal favorites is feel, felt, found. It's a scripted 3-part sentence that you can use in reply to any objection to make sure you go from their objection into a solution very quickly. You can use it by just replying in this way. I understand that you feel the season ticket package that we're offering has too many games and is therefore too expensive. And I know that many other fans have felt the same way that I've been talking to. What I can tell you is that we've found with our online transferring system and our partnership with the secondary market, no fans walk away with more tickets than they were wanting. And in fact, even if you do have extra tickets, you can sell them back so that you don't end up losing any money on them. As you can see.
So I'm going to stop that. So we have an expert in the organization, this sales ticket person, and he's just delivered a nice, succinct learning module, right? So now, quite frankly, lots of organizations can do that, right? Now here's what's different. Now that I've just seen that, actually now I have to do it. So in the bottom where it says make a new attempt, if I do that, whoa, there we are. Hey, look at that. Let's see if I can see you guys there. There we go, there's our judges. So now I could ask one of you to come up here and do this, but you probably don't want me to. So I'm just gonna make a quick attempt on this, and let's see how we do it. So I hit the button. I'm exercising the feel, felt, found technique. So I understand why you feel that way. Many people have felt that way, that our tickets may be too expensive, until they found that we have some very good ticket packages that are reasonably priced and you can get the best solution for your money. So whatever that might be, whatever that technique is that you have to learn. Now I could say that sucked, retake, right? And it did suck and I should retake it, but I'm not. So I could play it or I could use it. So I'm going to use that video, and what's happening is that video is going to get uploaded to the cloud, and so it's there. It's just it's going to stay there. So what's going to happen is, so now it's been uploaded, And now you can see that I now have this over on this side. So I can practice that exercise as long as I want to in a safe environment. I'm not doing this in front of anybody. So I can practice. It also becomes a record. If I ever want to know, how did I do that last time, I can now go back and see that. So let's say I think that met the expectations, and I'm going to share it. So what happens is, it says, well, who do you want to share it with? Well, I mentioned earlier, some of the best people on my team can give me feedback on that exercise. But I also have to share it with my manager, so I'm going to do that. Or I could have an external coach or someone else on the organization that's involved with that. So I'm going to share that with all of them. But I want to give them some context. Another reason why you want to go mobile is you can take advantage of mobile technology. So I bring up the little keyboard. I can talk faster than I can type. Check out my video. Normally gets pretty good. And then what I'm going to do is share that. I really want to share it. So now what just happened is I just did that exercise. I shared that with my team. Now it's Sunday afternoon. My team's all over the place. I don't know who's actually going to get this, but they just got a push notification that said someone's asked you to give them feedback. So, so I'm done. I've done my exercise. I did what the company wanted me to do. I did the workout of the day. But so let me show you the rest of the system, and then I'm going to come back to that. So now I can come to, this is my community tab. So this is where I can begin to give and get information. So you can see that's the exercise I just did at the top, and I'm waiting to get feedback because I want to get better at what I do. So I'm waiting for that. So I can also give people feedback. So here's one where I've been asked to give feedback. So I can go in there and give them feedback. And then we have a dashboard. So the dashboard is where we get, these are all the exercises in the platform. It's gamified, so you can use that to get motivation and earn points. We've learned that from our working with MLS. There's a leaderboard because it's a selling organization and we got to have leaderboards, and nobody wants to be on the bottom of a leaderboard, right? So we're going to actually have people engaged through training. And then we also have at the top, you can see right here, you see points. So those points can be monetized by the organization and drive an engagement system or motivation system or HRIS system. So I wanted to just get that through. So what'd you say, 1 minute? All right, so I will ask for any questions.
Can you speak to a little more of the functionality of the role play tool and how that works? I mean, is there someone else on the other line that you're, from a video standpoint, actually role playing with?
You can. It's actually designed to be asynchronous. So I want to be able to practice something till I feel like I got it right, but it's what we call asynchronous but instant. So it gives you the ability to practice to get it right and then share it with someone else. However, if you're in a training situation, you can easily do a face-to-face scenario as well. So one of the things you just noticed was somebody actually just did give me feedback. So that's push notification. If I go to there, I can actually go back and see what they said since I'm still here. So, nice job, Bill. Next time, spend more time on how others felt, right? And they rated me. So I got 3 stars. If that was my manager, it'd be approved. I can also rate the rater, so I can also say that they were helpful. Corey, did that answer your question?
With the point system, is that purely, like, are you seeing people using this kind of taking an academic approach where you have to hit X amount of credits before you're considered, for a promotion or anything like that? Or is it truly just a motivator to get people psychologically to say, I don't want to be at the bottom of the leaderboard, as you mentioned?
It's really up to the organization. The U.S. Navy's using this, and they use it just in a classroom environment, and they just want to get participation in the classroom. But clearly the points can be monetized. One of our partners is a large business incentive company. They're using it to drive points into their business incentive system.
That's all the time that we have here.
I'll take your question later.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, again, give it up for Bill here. So great job.